welcome to Up at Noon. Now, are you ready for a show packed with awesome people? Yeah! All right, good. Up at Noon's Brian Altano is here to explain how Amazon's new Twitter shopping cart works, and then Josh Mascara is here to tell me all about Diablo 3 on the PlayStation 4, and then the glitch mob swings by to educate me on popular music. Apparently Nashville doesn't count. But first, the news you care about. Following their third consecutive year of financial losses, Nintendo has announced plans to develop new consoles in markets where Nintendo products aren't traditionally sold. You know, like America. Call of Duty Advanced Warfare features the voice and likeness of the one and only Kevin Spacey. Thank you. And yes, if you're keeping track at home, Brandon Routh was in last year's Call of Duty, which means Activision is just stealing the cast of Superman Returns. So get ready. Get ready, guy who played Doomsday in that movie. Your phone is about to ring. What's that? Doomsday wasn't in that movie. No big bad guy was in that movie. I sat there for 2.5 hours and Superman didn't even throw a fucking punch. Just turned out to be a deadbeat dad who drove the franchise into the ground before it even got started. That's dynamite. Thank you, Bryan Singer. At least X-Men Days of Future Past doesn't look like a total nonsensical train wreck. Sony is set to release a Blu-ray collector's edition of the recent box office hit The Amazing Spider-Man 2 that features a giant head bust of Jamie Foxx's Electro character from the film. We are serious. Let's take a look. It's an interesting choice with the derp express. I mean, but it doesn't matter. It should go great with your entire collection of giant Jamie Foxx-inspired movie head Blu-ray box sets, such as Ray, the Soloist, and Wanda from In Living Color. Not a lot of people in the audience alive when In Living Color was on TV. And finally, Amazon has unveiled a new way to shop for its products via Twitter. For a tech demo on how the new program works, here's Up at Noon lead writer Brian Altano. Brian!
Thanks, Greg. With the new Amazon Cart feature on Twitter, adding your favorite Amazon products to your shopping cart through social networking sites has never been easier. Let's check it out. Step 1. Connect your Amazon and your Twitter accounts. It only takes a minute. Step 2. Reply with hashtag #AmazonCart to any tweet containing an Amazon product link. It's that easy. Let's say I want to add these cool sunglasses to my Amazon cart. All I have to do is use the hashtag #AmazonCart, and voila, they instantly get added right to my own personal shopping cart. Let's take a look. And there it is, my own pair of cool sunglasses. I'll be wearing them in no time.
Yeah, no, the glasses look cool, Brian, but were we supposed to see the other stuff in the cart just there?
It's mostly just my cool sunglasses.
No, I saw, put it back up, there it is.
We don't need to do that.
The wild sex horse for $6,000.
You're not supposed to see all the parts of the cart with the horse. That's not supposed to be something that you see.
I just put it up. It's out there. It's on the internet.
All right.
Hot stallion saddle and then the giant jelly tub.
So if you just use the hashtag #AmazonCart and get your own cool sunglasses and just
stop showing. Put it back up. There you go.
No.
Stop. There's two questions, obviously. Who is tweeting all this that you're responding to with Amazon? But then the wig, the ponytail wig, Brian, is that for you?
A horse can wear a wig.
It is for the horse.
It's for the cool sunglasses. Make you look like a movie star or a bandit, or just use the hashtag.
Right, put it up. Hashtag Amazon, put it up.
No.
There it is.
Leave me alone with the horse stuff.
It's the crazy sex lasso. That's the...
You know, a lot of people try to have sex with a horse on Amazon. It's not a fucking...
Brian Altano.
Cool sunglasses.
Everybody. Man, the comments on this video are going to be Brian's personal hell. Speaking of hell, Greg Way! My next guest is making dreams come true by bringing hell to the PlayStation 4. Ladies and gentlemen, that was a good one, right? Come on, all right? Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Diablo 3 Reaper of Souls Ultimate Evil Edition's Josh Mascara. Josh Muscare. How are you, sir?
I'm doing awesome.
Thank you for coming here.
Hey, thanks for having me.
First and foremost, what's taking so long? This Diablo III PlayStation 4, come on, man. It was already out. Then you come to the February PlayStation event last year.
Right.
And you're like, hey, we got it coming. Cool story, bro. And then you walk out.
Well, so what took so long is, as this is Diablo 3, Reaper Souls Ultimate Evil Edition.
Right.
We had to make sure it's ultimate.
Oh, okay.
So that ultimate took a bit of time.
Okay. So is this the definitive version of the game?
On console, absolutely.
Well, I got it. Then it's close enough. Okay,
Yeah.
I guess. Well, here's the thing.
Yeah.
I played it on the PC, the Diablo 3. I was like, all right, this is fun, but PC gaming, and I walked away. And then I played it for a little bit on the PlayStation 3, and I was like, this is fun too. The PlayStation 4 is coming. I'm sure it's going to be better. Was this the right move?
Oh, absolutely. I think not only does it look phenomenal on the PlayStation 4, it's like running at 1080p, and the fact that you're big screen at home, you're sitting on your couch.
Right.
But again, it's like that whole couch experience. The minute you're actually playing it with a controller in your hand, and you're actually the barbarian smashing stuff, killing skeletons, getting loot, is really awesome. And then add to that all the great social features that we've really added to it to really make it a sort of connected experience. We really want our PlayStation 4 players to really feel like they're sharing an adventure together, whether you're playing together online or if you're playing on your couch.
Okay. You said a lot of buzzwords there.
Yeah.
You read down the fact sheet.
I'm responsible
Shush!
for that fact sheet.
You be quiet now. Let's go through the real questions. The most important thing. If me and my girlfriend,
Okay.
I don't really have a girlfriend, so I don't say the word that often. If me and Colin sit down to play on the same, me and Colin Moriarty sit down to play on the same PlayStation 4 controllers, he logs in as himself. Do we both get trophies?
Yes. Yes.
All right, that's a win. All right.
Again, Ultimate Evil Edition.
Okay, is it that now, here's the next big question then.
Yeah.
I've already started in the PlayStation 3, have a character I enjoy. Can I bring that character to PlayStation 4?
Would you like to?
I would.
You got it.
All right, you're doing well so far. You're passing the test.
Okay.
If I bring it over, I have a PlayStation 3 character.
Yeah.
I've done all this cool stuff with them, and I bring them here. Are the trophies, are they the same trophy list?
So the Ultimate Evil Edition has its own set of trophies.
You've done well. You've done well. Knocking it out of the park, I tell you what.
Yeah.
Was it hard to keep doing this? I mean, you already have Diablo 3.
Right.
You have it go up and running on PC.
Yeah.
Then you get it to PlayStation 3. Then you start worrying about Reaper of Souls on PC. Then you have to worry about, is this a train wreck over there? Did you bite off more than you can chew?
No, I think it's been a really sort of smooth process. I think for us, the most important thing is whether you're playing it on PC, on PS3 or PS4, is we want every time you sit down to play a Diablo 3 experience, we want it to feel like it's been hand-built for that platform. So it was a very deliberate decision on our part to sort of focus on PC, make PC awesome, then focus on the PS3 and the Xbox version of Diablo 3, right? And now we're moving on to the next generation, right? And the PS4 version, the Ultimate Evil Edition, is going to be, again, hand-built for that console, right? It's going to be a really great experience. And it also allows our team to really focus on sort of one platform at a time and really sort of milk it for all its evilly goodness.
Right. That's one way to put it. It sounds gross when you say it like that. So what about the Reaper of Souls content? It's bundled in already with the PlayStation 4 version.
Right.
What does that mean for PS3's version? Are they going to get it one day?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's it. Okay. Well, that was a short answer to the question. Thought I'd have more time. Now, so how long have you been working on the Diablo team?
I've been working on it exactly 10 days short of 3 years.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You're supposed to clap there.
Yes.
Alexis, get up and tell them how to clap. So, at what point is it going to be done for you? Now, I'm not fishing for the release date.
No. Oh, you mean in the grand scheme of things,
right,
or in the immediate ultimate?
In the immediate future, obviously, I have Twitter questions. Everyone wants to know when's it coming out. When's it coming out?
Yeah. So we have a really cool meeting tomorrow, and I hope that following that meeting, there'll be a really great announcement. Coming up.
So it's going to be around the show sometime.
Sometime.
Keep it locked to IGN for all your Diablo news and Brian videos. So then for you though, what happens? What do you do now? What do you do when this one's put to bed? It's done. It's shipped. Do you sit down and start worrying about more DLC? Do you sit down and start thinking about another project?
So that's a really good question. Right now the focus is, we just shipped Reaper on PC, right? We're doing some great patches for that. But a lot of my time right now is really spent on, making sure that the Ultimate Evil Edition is really sort of shaping up, and it's going to be, I keep saying, sort of ultimate. But we're starting to look what can be next, right? We're just really starting to think. And the great thing about working at Blizzard with the team that we have is there's no shortage of really awesome, very evil ideas that we have.
You keep saying evil.
Have you played Diablo?
Yeah.
Dark, gothic.
It's a big part of it, but you're a normal dude here chilling out. You got the bracelets, you're all colorful.
Yeah.
You're married.
Yeah.
So why are you saying evil so much?
Well, we all need our hobbies.
Oh, jeez. You must be a delight when you come home and you're talking to your partner and you're just like, blah, 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 and it's just all evil.
No,
How was your day, honey?
We don't talk about work at home.
Okay, good, yeah. I'm sure that would make for awkward dinner conversation. You talk a lot about PlayStation 4. Is there any chance for Diablo 3 on Xbox One?
Stay tuned.
Damn.
Stay tuned. Ice water in his veins over here. Let's talk then just in the more general aspect of Diablo as an entity. Why does it persevere to this day? Why is it something that people still get super excited about?
I think it comes down to 3 key things. First of all, for an action RPG, right, you're playing these epic heroes, right? Whether you're the barbarian or the brand new crusader or the demon hunter, right? You're taking on these bigger than life heroes, right? And not just fighting rats when you begin, right? You're fighting the forces of evil. And I think that's the other big part of Diablo, right? It's a gothic setting. When you look at especially Reaper Souls, you're fighting against Malthael, the fallen angel of death. I mean, that's just such an awesome villain, right? And who doesn't want to stop death, right? But at the end of the day, it's not just about the heroes or the monsters you're going up against. It's that promise of epic loot, right? And if you guys have heard about Loot 2.0, we've really done a lot of work to make sure that the items you're finding in-game, your legendaries, are just like build-changing, really awesome things that you want to hunt for and you want to kill, an endless horde of skeletons and zombies and demons to try to find those items. So those are 3 things that make Diablo such a special, such a very unique sort of gaming experience.
I mean, you talk about the loot at the end, right? That's one of the, I think, interesting things, right? Like, it's changed, Loot 2.0. You guys have evolved the loot system in Diablo 3 since the PC launch, gone through a whole bunch of revisions, and now it's coming to the console in a way that, what I was excited about when I got to play it at PAX East, right, is the fact that if I'm playing with a friend, we're getting drops that matter to our character. There's no more like, I go into my inventory and I have all this gear that doesn't work for me and I have to try to trade it one by one. I mean, that sounds like a no-brainer, right? But here we are, and it's like it had to take revisions and revisions. Is that frustrating in the end that you get to these points where you're like, oh, damn it, of course we should have done that from the day one?
I wouldn't say it's frustrating. I just think it's part of the magic of iteration. And I think that's one of the hallmarks of Blizzard, is that we never stop improving our games, right? If you look at the legacy of Diablo, but Diablo 3 on PC, we did, like, before Reaper came out, we had 8 patches where we kept evolving things, right? And we just, for the Ultimate Evil Edition, is like, like I said, we try to handcraft these experiences, right? So at the beginning, when the team was getting together to think about the PlayStation 4 version, we said, like, well, how can we make that loot experience, especially when you're playing on your couch, because it's such a unique way to play Diablo on console, is how can we make that so that the barbarian is not just ninja looting everything on screen, right? Which happens all the time. So we said, well, why don't we just, if the way you play online is we drop loot per player, well, they just drop loot per player, but if you pick up my loot, instead of it going to your inventory, it comes into my inventory. And it's one of those, we should have thought about this before. Yeah. But it's one of those things that, we keep looking at our games and keep asking ourselves, how can we make it better?
That's a good way to do it. You're doing a lot of interesting stuff with the friends list, too, as far as PlayStation Network. You want to talk about that? Because I know there's stuff where if I attack sometime, I'll get a gift, but it'll just automatically go to my friends.
Totally. Again, it's part of that trying to sort of share your adventures together, right? We realize that, not everybody can sort of play online games together, right? So people have different schedules or whatnot. So again, one of the magic moments of Diablo is you kill a monster and a legendary item drops, right? Yeah. Super awesome. So what we're adding, really taking advantage of the PlayStation Network, is if a legendary drops for me, there's a chance that a gift for you will also drop. So I can send the gift to you. So the next time that you log in, you'll have we have a whole mail system, and you'll see, hey, you got a gift from Josh, right? And you'll open it up, and there's a chance you'll get a really cool item from that. So even without playing, you might be getting legendaries.
But you again, though, going back to what we were talking about earlier, you're evil. You talk about all these evil ideas. There's also bad stuff that comes through, right? So it sounds like I should be your friend. You're going to be sending me prizes and packages and wonderful goodies. You will also send me monsters that kill you.
There's yeah, it's Diablo.
It is.
We give with one hand, we take with the other.
Right.
So.
Yeah, this Nemesis system sounds really cool.
Yeah.
I like the fact that if I die, this monster will then go to somebody else's game, kill them. I like that.
Yeah.
Spread horrible monsters. That's what you guys should
Spread
do.
the love.
Of course, I tweet from my account. I say who's going to be on the show. People like Josh here. You tweet questions. Maybe they get on the show. Today's comes from Jason. Jason says,
Hey, Jason.
any chance the tech in porting Diablo to console could be used to port Hearthstone to Sony platforms?
Wow.
I don't know if you know this Hearthstone thing, big deal. All these card gaming nerds out in IGN are like, oh man.
Totally. You know, the tech is totally different, right? Totally different engines, you know, totally different infrastructure. So, I mean, right now, we're really happy that people love Hearthstone.
Yeah.
That not only can you play on your PC, but you can play on your iPad.
Yeah.
So, but you know, right now there's no plans aside from just slowly dominating the world on the iPad.
One game at a time, one
game
free
at a
one.
time.
I guess that brings up an interesting point to end on, right? I'm as a trophy whore. That's why I hugged you earlier. Okay. I enjoyed the trophies. It's awesome to see Blizzard games coming to PlayStation platforms. Is that a relationship you think will continue on? I mean, and I'm not trying to put you in a corner with Hearthstone or anything in particular, but just in general that you guys want to explore that avenue?
Well, I think the way we develop our games, right, is that we don't think of the platform first. We think like, what's an awesome gaming experience, right? So, like Diablo, the Hearthstones, right? And then we try to think about what are the platforms that really make sense to bring these experiences to. So for Diablo, it just sort of felt so natural for an action RPG game where you're playing these epic heroes, killing a bunch of monsters, that, you know what, that would probably feel very awesome on your couch with a controller and a big screen, right? So just like the experience translated sort of naturally. So, at Blizzard, we just want to make awesome games, and we want to put those games in the hands of as many players as we can. So we try to be relatively platform agnostic, right? What we focus on is fun, awesome, entertainment gaming experiences first, and then we figure out what's the best way we can get our players to play on them. But Sony's been a great partner. The PS4 is a fantastic piece of kit, and we're really excited that when the Ultimate Evil Edition ships, it's going to be one of the first big sort of RPGs of this next generation, right? And that's super exciting to be there on the ground floor. Great.
Well, after this, I'll tell you all about this thing called the PlayStation Vita. There's a whole bunch of games you should be putting on that.
Like Ultimate Evil Edition?
Maybe,
Remote play?
Yeah. Well, that's built in. No, I want a native experience. Don't try to give me all this remote play business. Josh, it's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Diablo 3 PlayStation 4 is out very soon. And maybe it's just me, but it sounds great. Speaking of sounding great, Gregway, my next guests are the Glitch Mob. They make music and it sounds pretty good. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together one more time for the Glitch Mob. As I live and breathe, the Glitch Mob. I usually shake the guests' hands, but there's so many of you. No, this isn't enough. I want to touch everyone at once. All right, gentlemen. Thanks for coming. Busy schedule. Of course, you just saw the Diablo interview and you loved it. I'm just telling you what happened. I started their interview in a similar way. Ed, you got this new album out. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Came out in February, number 13. It's a big deal on the Billboard charts, all this stuff. What took you so long? I mean, come on, man. It was years in between. Taylor Swift, she's knocking them out left and right.
Yeah.
You guys, what were you so busy?
If only we could be Taylor Swift.
It was Skyrim's fault.
Yeah. Skyrim is what did it. All three of you?
Yes. Lots of
Bethesda.
Skyrim.
Yes. They're to blame for all this?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Are you guys big gamers?
I'm a humongous gamer.
Yeah,
these guys game as well, too.
Large, medium, small, maybe?
Okay, so it just goes down.
Yeah.
Okay.
A big IGN fan, too. I read you guys every single day.
IGN.com! Well, now there's so many different ways to go. So was Skyrim your drug of choice? Is that what got you here? Is that's what slowed down the music making?
No.
I jokingly so. I mean, to be entirely honest, we're really just perfectionists, and it took so long to write the record because we just wanted to make sure that it was perfect, and it was just absolutely the story that we were collectively telling with everybody.
Gotcha.
So that's really it at the end of the day.
We're hard to please too.
Are you?
Yeah. I mean,
and we don't have any ghostwriters or anything. Like, we do it all ourselves. So it's like, as a result, it just takes infinitely longer.
We moved out to the desert for a month to Joshua Tree, and we divined with cacti, and that's where we came up with the concept for the record.
How did you play video games in the desert?
MacBook Pro with my boot camp partition.
Oh, there you go then. Okay.
But now we've all got Alienwares, so all different ball games.
You just want some free stuff. That's all you're doing right now.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Look it up.
Bethesda, Alienware, Joshua Tree. If they charge admission. I've never been outside.
Camping passes.
I don't know. So then, Justin, how hard is it to collaborate on an album like this? You talk about your you guys' collective vision and everything like that. Is that, I imagine, tough?
No, I don't think so. No, that's it. We have a pretty easy and fluid creative process. We've been doing this for long enough now to where the ideas they flow pretty freely. And it's funny too because a lot of people will ask us. They'll say, "Well, why did it take so long?" Because there's 3 of you, but it actually takes.
Who would do that? What kind of jerk would ask that question?
It takes 3 times as long because it seems like we should be able to do more work, but because each one of us has our own little sphere of what we like, what to actually get all 3 of them satisfied.
Right.
It takes a bit of extra time. So everything on the record we all signed off on. There's nothing that one guy was really like, "Oh, that one part is not quite good enough." All those little wince parts we had to go back and fix. So that's partially why it took so long.
And there's since we kind of Glitch Mob, we don't really exist in any so-called scene or genre. We're kind of on our own little island. So there's not really any good textbook examples of how to make an amazing Glitch Mob track. Like we can't just go out and listen to an amazing trap song or an amazing big room song and like be like, okay, good, how do we do that and do that our way? Really like so much of why it took such a long time was because over the 2-year process of writing the record, we had to get good at being the Glitch Mob, and only we could study ourselves, so to speak.
Yeah.
So so that's also why the record took so long to write as well too, to get us to the point where, I think after 2 years we're all like, that's sick,
Yeah. All right. So then, Josh, how do you study yourselves? What is that? What is that daily study session?
Wow.
It involves caffeine.
Yeah, lots of caffeine.
Caffeine. Yeah. God, I don't even know what that means.
Because when you said when Ed says this and sets it up, it seems very much like Superman the movie. You go off to the Fortress of Solitude, and then you come back as Superman, or in your case, the Glitch Mob.
Yeah, well, I think like one of the big experiences in kind of like studying ourselves and stuff was that. Well, I mean, like, long story short, we experimented with bringing on people to help us, like, engineer the record and stuff. And at the end of the day, that didn't end up happening. We ended up engineering the entire album ourselves. But in that process, I think one of the biggest takeaways from that was there were so many occasions where this one engineer, his name is Q, and he would be like,
It's just the letter Q.
Yeah, it's just, well, it's actually XOQ, but Q for short.
Oh my God, okay.
And he would always come
When did I become the dad from the Wonder Years?
Exactly. Where have you been? Where have you been? But he would always come to us and be like, well, the reason why I can't achieve X result is because like Z is not there, and and it would always like kind of like frustrate the hell out of us, and we'd always be like, dude, we've been doing this for like a long time. We know what we're doing, But after like we parted ways with him, I think like we just all had a second to just kind of like step away from that and like, take our egos out of it and really be like, okay, let's really try to digest the constructive criticism. And I think at the end of the day, we figured out what was wrong with the record. And at the end of the day, like only we could fix it. Like there's no person that we could hire to come in and fix our own mistakes, and that was like a really big growth spurt.
And there's tons and tons of trial and error stuff. Where, like we made so many versions of every song, like hundreds of versions of the song.
Yeah, some of them, but by the time they're finished, we're at version 260. Or
Jeez,
Our Demons, version 260.
And it was just trial, like we'd work on it, and be like, I think this is sounding good, and then we'd bounce it out and go listen to it in the car, or bring it to this place, or do anything we could do to kind of test the song, and just be like, you know what? It's not good enough.
Yeah, it's not there
Wow.
yet.
We need to go back and figure out what we need to do to inject more of the power and the story of.
And
of
we
the
had
song,
a
so.
big tour booked that we actually in October.
Yeah.
We thought we were gonna have the record done.
Yeah.
And then we had to
Last October.
and we last October of 2013, and we had to cancel the entire thing just because it wasn't quite good enough yet.
It was supposed to be us and A-Track and Salva. We had to cancel the entire thing because we weren't ready.
Just wasn't.
And
just
everyone
wasn't good
understood,
enough.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
There was no outcry, nobody was angry.
I think our agent got a lot of heat, but you know, I texted A-Track and he was like totally 100% on. He was super cool about it, you know. But yeah, at the end of the day, it was the right move.
Right. I mean, that's the whole thing of like you guys are artists, right? You don't want to
Yeah.
put something out there that isn't up to snuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and we believe in the album too. I mean,
Yeah.
there's a lot of pressure these days to release music all the time and singles and EPs and remixes, which we've done in the past. But with this, we really just believe in the power of telling a story in the form of an album. That's just how our music makes most sense.
Sure.
So there's different songs all tell different stories and different emotions, and it's the full package together that is what we want to say. And that also takes a long time because there are songs we thought we had it finished, and then we actually axed 4 songs, and we went and write 4 new ones, and then at the end we went back in and pulled out 2 more of them and swapped them out again. So there's a lot of back and forth like that over the years.
Is this kind of the product of the times where you guys have this freedom to be able to go like, this isn't good enough, we want to change this? Whereas, you know, in the past, if you had to get pressed to a CD or be with a label or do all these different things, it'd be different, right?
Yeah, well, I think the biggest thing is that, you know, we are our own record label. You know, Glass Air is our record label, so we're not signed to any major label or any other label out there. We're
Independent artists.
Yeah, we're independent. You know? So yeah, so at the end of the day, you know, I think as a result, we were able to take 2 years to write a record. I think if we were signed
Well, we're our own boss.
if we were signed to a major label, it'd be a very different story. So, you know, definitely grateful for that.
Yeah, it's a blessing that we were able to keep furthering our career as independent artists and you know, really decide what path we wanted to take musically and artistically and all that stuff. So it's we definitely wake up every day and we're like, thanks. Thanks to the universe, thanks to ourselves for sticking in there, and you know, so it's.
I mean, that's the thing, right? You guys are a big deal. I'm telling you right now. I don't know if you know that. People at IGN, normal people, were freaking out that you were coming through today.
Oh, thanks,
but
man.
Here's what I found, you know, when I'm tweeting about you coming on the show or whatever, it's like you have this huge crossover with gamers, right, or with the IGN audience and stuff. Why do you think they're attracted to your music?
I think, there's a number of things I think. Well, I mean, it's something that we don't have a specific answer to. I mean, partially, I think our music has, we've jokingly called it adventure dance music, but even before EDM was really a term, we were calling it that because there's something adventurous about it, and there's a lot of people will do YouTube videos of them playing Call of Duty and then using our music as a background. So there's something that just because also when we're writing the music, when you hear certain things and a big drum hit will come in, in the studio we're talking about, okay, that's the time when the ninjas attack, but the aliens come back and defeat the ninjas. So there's a lot of alien versus ninja that goes on in the studio.
Yeah.
We always visualize it in very cinematic terms.
Right, because you're telling a story.
I mean, it is
Absolutely.
very epic and you know, theatrical music, really. You know,
Well, I mean,
it's
you're already
like-
seeing that, right? You guys keep getting featured in trailers every time I turn around.
Yeah.
I had a list here of things you've done: Sin City, A Dame to Kill For, Edge of Tomorrow, and then right before, like, oh yeah, and this new Watch Dogs trailer has them in it too.
Yeah, Watch Dogs.
Yeah.
Watch Dogs came out today.
So you guys are sellouts too, on top of it.
Yeah,
all.
right. But the interesting thing is we never really planned for that. It wasn't like, oh, you know, we should write music that fits in movies or with gaming trailers, or that would just be. It's just kind of what.
Just like ninjas.
Yeah, we're basically But it's just kind of what came out over the years of us kind of finding our sound. It's just like, well.
Well, now that you're to that point, I mean, Ed, do you ever think about going and maybe we will, you know, do a soundtrack for a game or a movie?
Absolutely,
or something like that?
absolutely. I think it would be awesome, you know, at some point in time. I don't really think that time is right now at this point in time. I think we're really concentrating on just touring and writing albums. But I think at some point in time, I think it would be awesome. Score Fallout 4 or something, or, you know, it'd be amazing.
Man, you are playing the Bethesda card. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Love, Death, Immortality. It's out right now. You guys are on tour. Everyone should go see you. Thank you, Glitch Mob, for coming in.
Thank you
so
You
much.
want to do the weird hug thing again.
Thank you.
Thank you to Brian Altano, Josh Mascara, the Glitch Mob, and you, my audience. If you want to be in that audience, go.ign.com/upatnoon for details. As always, Brian and I will be responding to the comments. The first hour of this video is live, so come tell us your favorite song in a video game. Mine is that song from the end of The Walking Dead Season 1. Take us back, oh, take us back now, take us. Gets me every time. We'll be back next Monday at noon with Murdered Soul Suspect, but until then, I'm going back to bed.